Hello, Facebook friends, and soon to be on YouTube as well. So YouTube friends, anybody who is tuning in to hear my reflection on the book, The Language of Letting Go. Last time I showed the book, I showed it like this and it looked backwards. So let's see if I show it like this, if it looks good on your end. I am doing a reflection from this book every Monday and Thursday, U.S. Eastern Time. And it is going to be impromptu. No pre-planning. I don't even know what it's about. But I love the little book. I love the little devotional, motivational pages that it shares. By the way, for those of you that don't know me, my name is... had to swallow, excuse me. That's the thing with live. You can't edit. And I don't edit these videos. I want it to be very authentic. My name is Daisy Daniel. I'm a Christian personal resilience life coach. And I've been doing this going on 4 years. I have a bachelor's in social psychology, and I love working with women and children. Basically, anything to do with abuse and just personal development. I love helping people, and that's what I do. So, we are going to get right into it. Like I said, I think it's like this. I don't know what I'm going to read, but I'm very excited. So I'm going to go right into it. I'm going to read it. Then I'm going to expand on it and talk about it. And if others join in, we'll see if they have anything to say about it as well. Here we go. I am reading from page 110. 110. And it is entitled, Finding Our Own Truth. We must each discover our own truth. By the way, have a little notebook and a pen ready for you to jot down. I'm going to read it a little slower because I realize that you guys don't have the book in front of you like I do. So I'm going to read it a little slower, and you could write down notes of the things that stand out to you, and then we could expand on it. Again, page 110. Finding our own truth. We must each discover our own truth. It does not help us if those we love find their truth. They cannot give it to us. It does not help if someone we love knows a particular truth in our life. We must discover our truth for ourselves. I'll put a little note next to that because that was very good. We must each discover and stand in our own light. We often need to struggle, fail, and be confused and frustrated. That's how we break through our struggle. That's how we learn what is true and right for ourselves. We can share information with others. Others can tell us what they predictably happen if we pursue a particular course. But it will not mean anything until we integrate the message and it becomes our truth, our discovery, and our knowledge. Okay, I'm going to underline the word, but it will not mean anything. What is she talking about? If we don't learn these truths for ourselves, not by other people telling us what the truth is, and we might not agree with it, but they tell us, and we just haven't realized it yet. But it will not mean anything until we integrate the message and it becomes our truth, our discovery, and our knowledge. There is no easy way to break through and find our truth, but we can and will if we want to. We may want to make it easier. We may nervously run to friends, asking them to give us their truth or make our discovery easier. They cannot. Light will shed itself in its own time. Each of us has our own share of truth waiting to reveal itself to us. Like that. Each of us has our own share of the light waiting for us to stand in it to claim it as ours. Encouragement helps. Support helps. A firm belief that each person has truth available, appropriate to each situation, is what will help each person. Okay? Each experience, each frustration, each situation has its own truth waiting to be revealed. Don't give up until you find it for yourself. We shall be guided into truth if we are seeking it. We are not alone. And here's the little prayer that she does at the end of each reflection. Today I will search for my own truth, and I will allow others to do the same. I will place value on my vision and the vision of others. We are each on the journey, making our own discoveries, the ones that are right for us today. Wow. Okay, this particular reflection today hits home for me on several levels, and I will talk about that with you. But I'm going to go back and reread some of the sections that I underlined and just expand on it. It does not help if someone we love knows a particular truth in our life. We must discover our truth for ourselves. What I'd like to say about that is that all through history, there have been people that have done things that, quote, the world is aware of. You know, I think about, Apple products and the man that created the incredible iPhone. And so many people knew him. He's no longer here with us. But I think of other people that have made, important decisions to follow their truth and to help others in certain ways or invent something. And they were put down for it. They were made fun of. They were put down. I don't think there's a biography of anyone that you could read where that was not the case. Because people either didn't believe them or didn't believe in them, thought their idea was crazy. That's what I think of when I read that. It says, it does not help if someone we love knows a particular truth in our life. We must discover our truth for ourselves. So those people that I'm referring to went on to do what they felt very strongly in their heart, even against people who were trying to bring them down or tell them that what they were doing wasn't going to work or wasn't a good idea. And of course we know in the end their idea was truth, was good, and we reaped the benefits from it, right? If you ride a bicycle, you could thank the brothers, name's not coming to mind right now, that, they invented flight. But they started with a bicycle shop. So if you go in an airplane, you could thank them, the Wright brothers. It came back to me. The Wright brothers, you could thank them. But yeah, they were made fun of. Yeah, they were put down. Let's keep reading. Sections I underlined. But it will not mean anything until we integrate the message and it becomes our truth, our discovery, and our knowledge. I think what she's trying to say is we shouldn't let ourselves down. When we know something is true for us, even if people are coming against it, you should not let yourself down. You should not let God down. First of all, God is, in my view, all-knowing, all-powerful, and 100% true, what he says in his word. So it behooves me to follow it because it is truth. And I could stand on it 100%. But there are things that we feel are very true to us that those around us might not agree with. And they will actually try to pull you down from it. And I think what she's getting at is that the truth they're trying to share with you that you don't quite believe, that it doesn't matter how much they try to share it with you, it will not mean anything until we integrate the message and it becomes our truth, our discovery, our knowledge. And some things that people try to put on us isn't really for us to do or follow or believe. And, you know, everybody has an opinion, right? About everything and anything. Let me keep reading some of the sections I underlined. Each of us has our own share of truth waiting to reveal itself to us. I think that's interesting because there are certain things that keep us back. And one of my jobs as a life coach is to help people who are stuck and can't move forward to figure out the things that are holding them back. And what she's saying here is that there is truth in our lives that has not been revealed to us yet. And that could be because we are afraid to move forward and take some risks. That could be that it's just not the right time yet. And you have to give people time to come to realizations and to learn things for themselves. Each of us has our own share of truth waiting to reveal itself to us. I think what she means is honor yourself, honor your intelligence, honor your beliefs and what you believe is true. And don't be so influenced by those around you that are trying for you to do something different than that. I then underlined on the next page, and it's a very short excerpt here that I read, each person has truth available appropriate to each situation. Each person has truth available appropriate to each situation. You know, as a Christian, I live and try to live to the best of my ability according to the Bible. And I am always pleasantly surprised how there's always an answer in God's Word for every situation. And as a life coach, there's not a tool, a strategy, a coaching tip that anyone, whether Christian or not, shares that's not based on a truth in the Bible. And that's one of the videos I'm going to do soon to show people how all of the coaching tips that people share, that all the coaches use, really are rooted in the Bible. Just like our laws, they're all rooted somehow back in the Bible, whether it be the Ten Commandments or other laws in the Bible. So it says each person has truth available appropriate to each situation. Whatever it is you're going through, there is an answer for it. There is an answer for it. And sometimes you're in a situation and you can't figure out the answer for yourself. It's very difficult to figure certain things out. And that's where a life coach could really be beneficial to help you and guide you in those areas where you're really stuck, where you're really preventing yourself from moving forward. And, you know, I love to help people that are in abusive situations or have come out of abuse, specifically because they are very stuck and they don't know what the truth is, especially if they're under spiritual abuse. I think that's like one of the worst forms of abuse that exists, because a lot of these people, and I was one of them, they love God so much, and what they're being told, whether it be their spouse or a pastor or whatever, is getting twisted. It's not really the truth. And it confuses them to no end. And it's very hard for them to be effective and to fulfill God's mission for their life. And then I wrote, we are not alone. And I think that's important to note, because so many times I think I'm live. It said I had low Wi-Fi. I'm just going to keep rolling with it. We are not alone. And many times I think we feel like we are alone. I know I do. I feel alone many times. I know in my mind I'm not alone. And like I've said before, you and God are a majority. So you really are never alone. Even people who are atheists and agnostics, God is still there for them. You are really never alone. And I like that she included this in Finding Our Own Truth. That's the title of this talk, Finding Our Own Truth. And then in the prayer, I underlined this. I will place value on my vision and the vision of others. We are each on the journey making our own discoveries, the ones that are right for us today. And I like how she said today, because like she said earlier, there's truth that wants to be revealed to us that we haven't quite discovered yet. That's because it's going to come in the future for us. And here where it says, I will value my vision, that's kind of personal to me, and only because my name is Daisy, and the meaning of Daisy is vision of the day. And I didn't know I was going to be reading this today, but I'm also a huge proponent and believer in vision boards. And it's kind of dark. Let me press here, see if it gets... I don't know if I messed it up, but I'm just going to keep going with it. My name means vision of the day, and I am a big proponent of vision boards, and my name means vision of the day. So I find that very interesting. And it's interesting because what I read today are things that I'm currently struggling with in my own personal life. And that's why I love this book. It always speaks to me on some level. So let me read that again. I will place value on my vision and the vision of others. See, it's not just my own vision that I should be concerned about. I should be concerned also about the visions of others. And when it says vision, it's not talking about what you're looking at. Your vision are your goals, what you aspire to do with your life, your mission, why you were put here on earth. And people should respect each other's vision because they're more in tune with what's happening in their life than those around us. And yeah, there are people around us that love us and could give us feedback and could give us advice, but you ultimately have to make the decision for yourself, because guess what? When you stand before God one day, you are going to give account for everything. What you were supposed to do, what you didn't do, why you didn't do it. And there's going to be no excuses at that time. You are going to be by yourself, and you're going to have to give account for what you were put on this earth to do, whether people like it or not. That's between you and God, and that's something you have to do. So I really like that. Respecting, putting value. She said, I will place value on my vision. Okay? I value my vision to the point where, I've had to let go of certain relationships because I value my vision. I value the desires and the gifts that God has put in me. And I've had to forge a way in the wilderness to come out into the light. And it's been difficult. So I do place value on my vision. I place value on the vision of others. I'm always trying to encourage people to make vision boards, create a vision board, live by your vision board. Then it goes on to say, we are each on the journey making our own discoveries, the ones that are right for us today. And that is why when I counsel women that are in abusive relationships, I don't put my opinion on them, and I don't ever tell them what to do, because they need to make the decisions on their own of whether or not they leave, separate, divorce. Those are huge decisions that only they can make. And they need to make those decisions when they are ready. Counselors can't tell them what to do. Life coaches can't tell them what to do when it comes to those very important life decisions. So this has been very, very good read. I really enjoyed this. All right. Well, I am going to end it there. And for those of you that have not been on my website, please check it out. It's called My Moment Life Coaching Services, and the website is www.mymomentlc, which stands for life coaching, self-esteem.com. I hope you visit my website. You could also visit my YouTube channel, My Moment Life Coaching Services, and I will be posting these videos on there as well. They are going to be vertical, but that's okay. Still trying to figure out how to record on my iPhone in landscape. Last time I did that, the whole video was like sideways. It was a mess, kind of how my book was sideways. And so I'm kind of a little traumatized from that. So I have to play with it, do a little test video. All right, I hope you all have a great day. Remember, finding your own truth, respect your vision, respect the vision of others, and stay true to the vision that God has put in your heart and the things He wants you to do, because they are valuable and they are important, and people need it. People need your gifts, whether they tell you or not. We're all part of the body, and they need what you bring to the table. All right. God bless you all. Love you. Bye.